Hello Scorpio, thank you for joining me for your Scorpio Sunday's reading. Yes, we are back on track and the schedule is all back to normal. As you can hear, I am recovering really well, which is absolutely fantastic. So no more sick days for me. So yeah, let's get into this. So I'm looking at the week of January the 12th to the 19th. As always, any messages that come out of any reading that you don't like the look of, then it's completely within your power to change, okay? You have the ability to manifest whatever you want in your life. You're not stuck into any result that comes out of the tarot. Tarot is just a temperature check, it's just a guide, and look who's shown up yet again, the hawk and spirituality. I did forget to mention the decks that I'm going to be using. So obviously we've got the Spirit Animal Guidance deck. I don't remember the full name of this particular deck. I'm sure you can find it just Spirit Animals deck. We've got the Runes deck, which is Odyssey of the Elder Filthark. I only ever use Elder Filthark as opposed to younger Filthark, just as a preference. We then have the, that's an independent print, as is the Spirit Animal deck. That's an indie deck as well. We've got another indie deck, the Textured Tarot. That's the tarot I'm going to be using for you. We've got a Crystals deck. Again, I don't recall the name of that one. I think it's just Crystal Healing. We've got the age-old favourite Tealeaf deck, and the Divine Initiation Oracle for your healing message and guidance at the end. This is another independent print. This is a very special deck. In fact, you're going to find the link on where you can buy this deck in my descriptions box below. We've got the Angel Numbers deck. This one here, I do believe that's another indie print. We've got another indie print. A lot of these are independent. The Shitty deck right at the end for your funny message as well. Okay. So yeah, it's just because I do get a lot of inquiries about the decks that I'm using. I used to type up in my description box all the names of the decks, but that got really admin intensive really quickly. So that's all the decks. The hawk and spirituality, this guy, it keeps coming out for you. It keeps coming out for you. So again, really intense spiritual messages that you guys are going to be receiving this week. As I'm always saying, pay attention, okay? Look up. Look up once in a while. See if there is a hawk nearby. If you clock a hawk, it means that Spirit is giving you the nod of approval, okay? It means that you're making very good progress in your life in general, but also you're making very good progress with your own spiritual journey, okay? This one says, fly above and beyond your day-to-day thoughts to observe them from a bird's eye view. So it's a reminder that if you're in a situation that is less than ideal, then the worst thing you could do is move closer and closer to it, okay? This is all about taking a step back so that you're not too close to the situation in order for you to be able to see the wood for the trees, as they say, okay? Particularly important if, for example, say, if there's ructions going on within a family or ructions going on within a friend group, you know that someone's being a shit stirrer, you can't quite figure out who it is. You can't figure out who it is because you're too close to the situation, okay? I've had that one a few times myself. I couldn't see who it was that was doing it. And you know what? As soon as I stopped being so involved, as soon as I took that step back, I found out who it was. And it was one person, consistently. It's scary. It's scary the amount that you'll see after you've taken a couple of steps back. And it goes without saying that that person is never welcome in my life ever again. Because when you take a step back, you're going to be able to see the consistent threads. What happened, when it happened, who the informants, quote unquote informants were, where the information was coming from, where the information was going to. Now, you're not going to be able to see all of that if you're too involved, if you're too... They call it the fog. For as long as you're within that fog, you're never going to be able to see what's happening, where it's coming from. Okay? You got to take a step back. And that's what this energy is asking for you. Take a step back, because at the moment you're quite possibly too involved in a situation, or too emotionally invested in a situation to be able to see that wood for the trees. Okay? So take a step back. Quieting the mind and detaching from your thought patterns puts you in a better position to take in messages from your spirit guides. So that part is a message all about when you're busy doing your day-to-day life. You could miss out on a lot of information that's coming to you from the spiritual realms, okay? It is important to remain grounded and in the present moment, yes. It's also important to focus a little bit more on your spirituality. There's got to be that healthy balance between the two, okay? As they say, there's a time and a place for everything, right? I feel that this week, Spirit is asking for you to pay a little bit more attention to the spiritual messages that's coming through for you. That could be coming through via your own intuition, via your own gut feelings. It could be coming through in your dreams. Okay, it could be coming through via repeating numbers, anything like that. Random random songs that pop in your head that you haven't heard in so many years. What was the one that I had the other day? I can't remember the name of the band, but the song was "Oh Sugar Sugar Do 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 Do." That one. Now, I've not heard that in donkey's years. I haven't watched anything recently that featured that track. I had to go on YouTube and find the song and play it just as that I could get it out of my system, right? I don't know what the message was there. I haven't a clue. I've still not figured it out. But, that sort of thing. It seems random as fuck at the time, but there's going to be a message there. There will be, okay? So, yeah, never be afraid to dig a little deeper. What is Spirit trying to tell me with this message? Is there any significant memory attached to that random song that randomly popped up in your head? Are they singing something that carries some kind of significance? Okay, anything like that. So, and here's the thing as well, you don't... This is where people tend to get a bit stuck and caught up. It's like, okay, I received that message, but I don't know what it means. And now I feel like I've somehow failed because I can't figure out what this message means. Don't worry about it, okay? All you've got to do is acknowledge that was a sign, wasn't it? Okay, I've received that sign, thank you. And if it helps, you can say it out loud, right? But it's just acknowledging, okay, that was weird. That was a sign of some kind. I'm going to bank that in my head for later on, okay? So you don't necessarily need to make sense of it right there and then, okay? And again, it's like I'm always saying, that's where a lot of people tend to get a little bit stuck because they freak out and panic. Oh, I don't know what it means. You don't need to know what it means right then and there. I have just realised, Scorpio, I did forget to put your display card out. I do apologise. It's been a little bit of a crazy day. I had to go out this morning and do a little bit of shopping, and we've had quite a lot of snow, but that's not the problem. The problem is a lot of people have got leaky drains, and so these leaky drains are causing ice, and it's quite treacherous out there. So it took me a lot longer to walk to town, do my shopping and walk back than what it usually takes me. So I am doing this reading quite late. You had 2 cards there. Suillo and Otala. I love Otala. Okay, so Otala, that's about home comforts. It can be homestead, okay? I believe that they used to inscribe this rune on their cattle in order to keep their cattle protected from thieves. Okay, it's protection for your home or your homestead or your cattle, your possessions, you know. It indicates stability, well-being and property, and it's protection for all of these things, okay? Now, you've got the symbol of a rainbow here, and rainbows symbolize hope. So there's a good message that you're going to be receiving to do with your home, a house that you've been looking at, a place that you want to live, anything to do with that, okay? You're receiving good news here. It also indicates that your family, your home, your property, your possessions is being protected, okay? Now your Suillo is guiding, achievement, fame and victory. Suillo, I do believe, is the sun wheel, okay, or the wheel of power. And in this deck, it's illustrated with this beautiful, I think it's an elk. Yeah, it's not a stag, it's an elk. With the way it's built, that's definitely an elk. And its antlers as well are quite wide. So the elk symbology, excuse me, is about strength. It can mean lots of things, but the initial message that jumps at me for the elk is strength. Is also about appreciation and respect of nature, right? This indicates some kind of victory, and it's a really specific message because it's a victory to do with your home, your living standards, okay? The environment that you're trying to create, okay? Mostly your home and your possessions. This can indicate a sense of wholeness as well. So you reaching that place of, I am already whole, I am already complete, all right? There is no lack energies here. Now, it's also possible with this combination, Scorpio, that this is the week where you really get noticed for something, because it is also about fame, achievement, and victory. Okay? You're doing something that is making you stand out from the crowd. You're doing something where you're going to be getting a lot of attention. Now, this week, you're going to be seeing evidence of, because remember, sun wheel, or wheel of power, there's evidence of that wheel turning in the right direction. There's evidence of some kind of achievement, some kind of, I want to say speed, like the speed is picking up on something that you're doing here, okay? Whatever this is that you're doing, and it could be something that you do for your profession, that you're getting a lot of attention for, your messages or messaging, or your artwork, whatever it is, your craft, it's landing in front of the right people, okay? It's landing in front of the right people. And definitely, luck is on your side, specifically this week, Scorpio, okay? Really, really beautiful energies here. So let's take a look at, that's not going to stay, is it? Okay, right, let's take a look your crystal message, and hopefully by the time we get to the tarot, we're going to see more of what this energy is here. Okay, we're just going to take it one step at a time, and eventually the reading, it all ends up stitching into each other, and everything does start to make sense as the read goes along. Right, what is Scorpio's healing crystal for the week, please? The week of January the 12th to the 19th. Whoa. Okay, it's that one. Ooh, jet. I do believe that that is now quite a rare stone. It used to be in abundance. Not so much anymore. Jet. What is it? Earthy and grounding. It's very beautiful. This true black mineraloid variety of coal is an ancient fossilized driftwood. Who needs it? Empath and witchy types. So am I reading for a collective of empathic Scorpios? Massively spiritual Scorpios. Magical Scorpios. And the witchy ones. Where to put it? To clear a physical space or your body of uninvited vibes. Yep. Swipe jet over the affected area and tell toxic energies, spirits, intentions to peace out. When to use it? When asking for guidance from elsewhere. Think seance. I'm not really into that seance-y thing. I don't know if many of you are, but, you know, if someone is, listen, each to their own. Each to their own. Just because I don't do it, I'm not going to sit there and tell other people not to do it, right? I have my beliefs, everyone else has theirs. It's all good. It's all good. If you are doing something like that, maybe jet's going to be protective and beneficial for you. Use it for guided meditation. There we go. Also use it for hardcore tarot sessions. Okay, so maybe I need to get myself a piece of jet as well. Every day is a hardcore tarot session for me. Jet can take the edge off a high vibe stone such as moldavite and serpentine, and is a wise old friend to bring as your +1 wherever your triggers are sure to be on the guest list. So yeah, if you're doing that deep inner work, that deep introspection, you are going to get triggered. Basically, triggers are old wounds that have popped up to the surface. Okay, if you're doing work like that, shadow work, then a piece of jet might be beneficial for you as well. And at the bottom it says, claim your space. Claim your space. It's time for you to claim your space, Scorpio. Okay? Alright. So that's your stone. I'll leave that one there. Yeah, let's take a look at your tea leaf. What messages do you have for our Scorpio collective, please? For January the 12th to the 19th. January the 12th for the 19th, that one there. Right, the bird's perched, waiting for news, package or letter. Waiting for important, it's not just any news, it's not just any package, it's not just any letter. It's something of great importance, news of great significance. Okay, and we've already told you that for those who are waiting for news coming in to do with their home or a potential home, you've got good positive confirmation and news coming in specifically about that, especially with Suilo and Otala, right? So that's interesting. And then you've got this one, the Tower. Now this one is, I always trip over my own words when I say this. This one is different from the traditional tarot tower. Ooh, I managed it. Traditional tarot tower. right? Because this one's all about solid foundation and success with effort. Okay, this can indicate buildings of significance, buildings such as courthouses, organizations such as governmental organizations, decision makers, places where laws are made and upheld, or you'd think that they were upheld. That's a whole other conversation for another time. They can indicate legalities, okay? That's this tower. For those where that's not applicable, then it's about your own solid foundation that you yourself have been building for a long time. And you seeing success in your life, finally, through all of the efforts that you've been putting in, purely because you have been metaphorically building upon a solid foundation. So it might have taken you a while to see good results in your life, but ultimately you are getting those good results because you have been building on a solid foundation, but you've also been putting in the effort. Okay, there's this energy of consistency that's coming through with you, and your consistency in your effort is paying off, right? What else for Scorpio? The pin in the reverse position. Interesting. New job or career in the reverse is a strange one. Because if somebody was sitting there and they know full well that what they're doing right now is part of their soul mission, if you will, anything like that, but then we're confused or questioning themselves, should I really be doing this? Because I'm not really seeing any kind of improvements in my own life. So I don't know actually if I am doing the right thing. Spirit's saying, yeah, you are doing the right thing. Like, new job or career in the reverse means that there is no need for you to go searching elsewhere. For those who know deep down inside that they are doing what they were put here to do, then that message is going to be for you, that you don't need to find another job or a different career, because you're doing exactly, like, you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now, if that makes sense. But again, I'm going to clarify all of this with the tarot anyway. Haystack. And that haystack's come out off center. Karma, you will reap what you have sown. It's off center. So you've been waiting a while because it's off center. You've been waiting a long time for, is it connected to this news, this package, this letter, this information? It's possible it could be connected for some. For others, it might not be. Okay? But this is you reaping good karma that has been due to you for a while. Remember the energies that we started off your read with. The hawk, spirituality, Swillow, Otala. Yeah? There's nothing negative about any of this energy. All of it has been about you have had to demonstrate great patience. Great patience. And your patience is paying off in buckets. Okay? In absolute buckets. It's at the bottom of the deck. Tulip, great passion. At the bottom of the deck. Great passion. Somebody was possibly feeling a bit sad, because they do feel passionate about whatever this is that they do, but they weren't seeing any true positive results, and wondering where was I going wrong. Okay. Right, let's take a look at the tarot. What's this bird energy? This waiting for news, package or letter that seems to be of great importance for Scorpio, please. What's this bird energy for Scorpio? Birds are very significant for you guys, symbolically speaking, this week. Because you got two of them out. With the hawk and then the bird on the branch. The devil. The devil. Could be something to do with the Capricorn. I'm not feeling that as much. I'll tell you what I am feeling with this one. It's the reasons behind why you felt so stuck and restricted. Very restricted. And you can see, oh, that's weird. That's weird because I just got the word shadow. I was literally going to point out how dark that card is, because it is the devil. But when you consider the traditional tarot deck of the devil, it's not actually a dark card. Like, colour palette wise. Do you know what I mean? Because it still has a lot of vibrancy, doesn't it? A lot of beautiful, striking colours, even though it's the devil card. In this deck, it's really quite dark. Really dark. And when I was looking at that, I heard the shadow. The shadow. So have you been dealing with someone who has been operating from their shadow? Has your own shadow been getting triggered? And you've had to work through that and process everything and heal through it? Or is this in regards to potentially some kind of shadow ban? Again, depending on who you are and how this energy is resonating for you. I'm not going to rule anything out. I'm going to keep an open mind with these messages, as should you. You're also seeing 6 candles on that mantle. 6 candles. So the number 6 is somehow significant. I don't know where that would be significant. It could be different for all of you. Numerology speaking, the 6s would be about advancement. It's love, harmony, relationships, perseverance, advancement, communication, problem solving and success. And none of these candles are lit, and I feel it's to do with your success. And the reason why you hadn't been seeing success or were struggling to be successful, because they candles, as I say, they're not lit, okay? So there's news coming through this week as to why something that you were doing wasn't working. And it's to do with the word shadow. Either somebody was operating from their shadow and potentially sabotaging you because it is the devil energy, or there was some kind of shadow ban here, something was being shadowed. But there's definitely the message of shadow, and the number 6 being very significant. Could be the 6th month, which would be June. Which would put it at Gemini/Cancerian energy. Could be a Capricorn, again, because it is devil energy. It's ruled by Capricorn. But ultimately, the answers that you've been seeking All to do with why is it not working? Where's the growth? Where's the payoff for my efforts? Why the stagnation? All of those questions are going to be answered this week. And it may or may not be tied in with your home, because you've got the strong messages here of home, property. It could be business also. It's very business-esque energy. What's this Tower? The success with effort for Scorpio, please. You've had to endure a lot, Scorpio. A lot. What's this success with effort for Scorpio, please? Solid foundation. Thank you. Yeah, the Magician. The Magician. You were manifesting. And for the longest time, it wasn't coming through. What's that in his pocket? Is that the ace? Yeah, that's the Ace of Diamonds. You know what the Ace of Diamonds is in cartomancy. So first of all, I'll show you. In his pocket there, he's got an ace. Of course he's got an ace. He's the Magician. More specifically, the Ace of Diamonds. So in cartomancy, your Ace of Diamonds indicates a gift. Okay, and it could be a gift of jewellery. It could be an important letter, believe it or not. You're receiving an important message. It's about seeing improvements, experiencing massive positive improvements. That's the Ace of Diamonds. So you're kind of getting repeating messages here, because where else did we see that energy? Yeah? It was right there, in the Tealeaf. So Spirit's doubling down on that message of you receiving important letter, important information this week. And I feel for a small handful of Scorpios, I don't know why. I don't know why this is coming through, but it feels like you're going to be receiving some kind of an official apology off of some corporation, off of some, I don't know. It's weird. An official apology. That's really interesting for those Scorpios who have been put through the ringer for various reasons of shit that they didn't create. Of shit that they have had to deal with that was not of their making. And I'm getting that message of, obviously not all of our Scorpios, but a good number of our Scorpio numbers are going to be receiving an official apology from some sort of important I can't find the word right now. Organization. It's really weird. The Magician, as above, so below, as within, so without. Your internal world reflects your external world, and vice versa. The external world reflects the internal world. There's a message with that blue table. So when I pause and I go quiet, it's because I'm studying the card and I'm waiting for something to jump at me. And it's that blue table. It's funny because I've had this deck for a while and I've only just realised it's a blue table. You know, I've never clocked that before. So blue would be the throat chakra, of course. Communication. The power of communication. The power of the spoken word. Blue. Bluebird? I don't know what that is. I don't know. Is that like a symbol? Is that like a company logo or something? I don't know. Let's pull another card on that magician. Can you tell us more about this magician energy for Scorpio, please? Magician for Scorpio. Oh, it doesn't want to speak. How strange. Have you been silenced? Has some of our Scorpios been silenced? And now all of a sudden, they've been getting the green light to go ahead and use their voice. I mean, it's sad because everybody should be able to use their voice anyway, but you know how some, especially social media platforms as well, they can be quite horrendous for shadow banning and silencing people. Like, they can be really bad for that. The Two of Wands. Yeah, that's like permission to proceed. Didn't we have that out recently in your more recent collective reading? That you were getting the green light for something, Scorpio? I'm certain that that was your reading. I'm getting the same energy here. The Two of Wands. It's fine. I'm getting the message of you finding a better way to do things here, because you got one of these wands that's got a chain on it and the other one doesn't have a chain on it. So that's you making the right choice here, making the right decision, and they're crisscrossed with that globe right above them. It's like the world suddenly opens up for you, or a world of possibilities suddenly opens up for you, because you refuse to be chained or shackled somehow, you know? The world is opening up for you. What's this pin in reverse for Scorpio, please? I'm also getting the message with that pin in reverse that it's you couldn't fix it because you weren't the one that broke it. Again, it seems like a little bit of a strange message. I've been getting a lot of strange messages that have been coming out for you guys lately. But again, it's going to mean something to some, and then it's going to mean fuck all to someone else, okay? So you've got to really use your own discernment. We've got a Scorpio, or some Scorpios here are being told, Scorpio, you couldn't fix that situation because you're not the one that broke it. That's why you couldn't fix it. And that's why also you've got the pin in the reverse. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah, new opportunities coming in. It could be a new financial beginning here for some. Okay? Especially for our Scorpios who have been struggling to find work or to get a new job or anything like that. If you felt that you've been backed into a corner career-wise, financially, any or all of the above, right? You've got a new financial beginning here with the Ace of Pentacles. Can you have another card for this, please, for Scorpio? And it's almost transparent as well, isn't it? Isn't that weird? How that Ace of Pentacles is almost completely see-through. It looks like it's made out of glass. Looks like it's made out of glass. So it's not going to be in your face. There's a message here about subtlety, Scorpio. Is this opportunity gonna be not very obvious that it's an opportunity? Or are you being advised here to be subtle with your movements? Be subtle with your investments? Be subtle with your money? Ten of Swords. An ending. An inevitable ending at that. Tens are inevitable. Tens are completion. Tens are the end of a cycle. This is the end of your strife. The end of your strife. The end of your financial worries. The end of the inconsistencies that you've had to stumble through. Can we have another card for this, for Scorpio? And again with the blue. Again with the blue. Can we have another card? Some kind of recovery or rebuilding process can now finally take place, Scorpio. It could be financial recovery, it could be mental recovery, emotional recovery, spiritual recovery. It could be a combination of everything that I've just mentioned. It's all types of recovery that can happen now. Can you have another card for the Ten of Swords for Scorpio, please? Ooh. King of Wands. I am going to have to put these cards back, Scorpio, because I did drop those. You would have seen clearly that I dropped those when this card flipped over, the King of Wands. The go-getter, the risk-taker. The person who's not afraid to stand out. The person who's not afraid to do things differently. You've also got the Ouroboros there in the background. It's ever so subtle, that Ouroboros, because it's on fire, so it almost blends in with the card there. The tail-eating snake. The ever-consuming, the ever-self-consuming snake, the Ouroboros. Again, it's a reminder of cycles. What goes round comes round, right? I feel that it's your turn, Scorpio. It's your turn. There's actually a mushroom cloud behind him. That's why it's on fire. You can see just about the start of it there, and then it mushrooms out. I'm getting the message with this one, cool guys don't look at explosions, and then I'm like, why the hell is he wearing that wig? That's insane. Unconventional is the word that's coming through with this one. Unconventional. Have you done something recently, or about to do something that is a little bit unconventional? Because I mean, let's not beat around the bush here. This particular King of Wands, he's dressed a bit odd, right? Let's be real. There's a strong message of unconventional. And then it's like, yeah, cool guys don't look at explosions. So it feels like you know something here, Scorpio. You know something's gonna go badly. You know something's gonna play out in a way that other people are not expecting. It's almost like you can potentially see a disastrous situation before it's a disaster, and you're getting out of Dodge right before that metaphorical explosion. Or were you the one that set that metaphorical fire in the first place? It could be either or. You are Scorpio. You are Scorpio. I wouldn't rule out that you might have lit that metaphorical fire, burning everything away, and then not even bothering to admire the explosion behind you, because you're like, I'm good. They shits had it coming. You know, it's definitely that kind of energy there. It's weird because you're getting so much symbology that's coming out of this read that it's really hard for me to keep pace with it, you know. So you are definitely getting bombarded this week in a spiritual way of speaking. There's a very significant ending and also a very significant beginning. And it's like that significant ending had to happen in order for you to move forward. Because you have been stuck for a while. You have been. And you're getting this breakthrough energy this week. What's this haystack off center, please? Thank you. I didn't drop any additional cards that time. Yeah, the Five of Cups. Wondering what it was that you were doing wrong, or where you were going wrong, or something like that, you know? There's a lot of sadness with the Five of Cups. Feels like wasted effort. It's almost as if you were telling yourself, or you genuinely felt like something that you were doing was just a wasted effort. And it wasn't. You're receiving news and information this week on why shit was stagnant. Whatever this is about for you. Yeah, justice, see? Justice in the upright position. Like, are you kidding me? That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Finally. Some Scorpios, I feel, this week at some point are actually... I'm losing my words now. You're actually going to be crying happy tears of relief. For real. There's this collective sigh of relief. There's this, wow, I can't believe I finally did it. I finally made it. You know, it's that energy. Someone is going to be saying this week, of all my years on this planet, I have yet to see karma play out. You know, you're going to be seeing it playing out this week. There's happy tears of joy, of relief. Justice is being done here, and remembering what cards but that this is to clarify is not just to clarify this Five of Cups, it's to clarify this haystack off center. Karma, you will reap what you have sown, and you're getting justice coming out with it. You've been waiting a long time for this judgment, for this answer, for this decision, or you've been waiting a long time for actual spiritual karma. It's under there. Four of Cups. Wow. Yeah, starting to lose the hope, starting to lose the faith, starting to feel really quite jaded, actually. That's a very jaded ass energy, Four of Cups. Starting to question your own beliefs. Starting to question, am I a good person? You know? You are a good person, Scorpio. You're a bloody good person. Got a lot of positive karma here. Now, granted, not every single Scorpio is a good person, okay? Not every single Aries or Taurus or Gemini or Cancerian or any of the other signs, not every single one of them is a good person either. You're going to get good and bad everywhere you go. The collective that I'm specifically reading for, though, where this has been resonating specifically, your message is, yeah, you're a bloody good person. You're a damned decent person. You are feeling jaded and confused because you've been waiting all this time for some sort of growth, for some kind of movement, for some sort of karma or justice, and you're receiving that. You're receiving that. So that's going to be confirmation for you, basically. And that's not to say that you've been a good person just as that you could receive positive karma in return. That's not this energy. It isn't. It isn't. This is basically someone sitting there going, do you know what? I'm a bloody good person. I don't go out of my way to deliberately hurt other people. And all I seem to be getting in return is shit after shit after shit after shit. And I don't deserve that. And you're absolutely right. You didn't deserve that. There's relief. Super, super strong relief. And tears, like happy tears of joy. Right, a healing message. Let me get the book. Number 14, which is reduced into a 5. 5s are all about change. Okay? And remember, change is not inherently negative. Right? Sacred surrender. When faced with life's uncertainties, we can often feel overwhelmed and helpless. Our minds can race through countless scenarios of what could happen next. Life is not without change and uncertainty, and in order to truly master the self, we must be willing to practice the art of sacred surrender. Trusting in the process of the unknown is to make a conscious choice to be open-minded and open-hearted, to be willing to accept what the future holds with open arms, relinquishing the need to be in control and learning to accept uncertainty can be a difficult choice to make, as it can feel like giving up. But surrendering to the cycles of life, Sowilo, can be incredibly powerful and freeing experience. When we're free of the burden of trying to figure out what will happen next, then we can fully embrace the present moment, trusting that the universe will take care of us regardless of the outcome. We can connect with the idea that even though the future is uncertain, it is also full of infinite possibilities and potential. Embrace this season of change without resistance and allow nature to take its course. Surrender to a higher power as this divine transformation takes place. Okay. And then it's got an initiation exercise here as well. And it says to take a moment to read through the following and think about the things in your life that are within your control. This practice can help shift you into more of an empowered state. It can also increase your level of self-awareness and enhance your problem-solving skills. So, to write out the things that are within your control, they're saying for you to type out or write out any content that you consume. Okay? Write or type out how you treat yourself and others. What is it that you do with your spare time? How you decide to express yourself? How you choose to respond to others? Who you choose to associate yourself with? How you nurture your mind, your body and soul? Who you allow access to your time and energy, and how you will choose to respond to certain situations. Okay. And then it's suggesting more healing crystals, amazonite, aquamarine and smoky quartz. And then you've even got a power affirmation as well. See, I absolutely adore Val for the way she has written these books. Like, she's put so much time and effort into these. Your positive affirmation is, I surrender to divine wisdom. I have unconditional trust in the universe. I am always supported by loving guidance. I am strong and courageous through the process of letting go. All is well and all shall be well. Yeah. Sacred surrender. So less emphasis on what you cannot control, what is outside of your control, and more focus on what is within your control. And I'm always saying, look, other people's behavior is a classic. An absolute classic of one of the main things that is not within your control. Okay, so your angel healing number is number 11. I am intuitive. You have a keen awareness of what is happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift, and it will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. Yeah, so you're going to be putting your super strong Scorpio intuition to good use this week, okay? By being a great guide and supporter of others. Right, let's take a look at your shitty deck message. What else for Scorpio, please? Wow, that was a nice big jump. With all the piles of dirt, garbage and shit that you have been handed in your life, you can grow a field of tulips. Didn't we see... spooky. Do you remember at the bottom of the Tealeaf deck, you had the tulip? That's kind of spooky. So yeah, it's weird because like the main symbols that have come out in your read, Scorpio, is birds, the color blue, and now tulips. But yeah, with all of the shit and the garbage that has been handed down to you in life, Scorpio, you can literally grow a field of tulips, and you can feel passionate about growing yourself this metaphorical field of tulips. All right. Scorpios, you do have a knack for turning really bad situations into into opportunities of growth, of prosperity. You know, you've got this knack of really turning a negative situation into something incredibly beautiful and significant. It's quite an admirable quality. It genuinely is. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys this week. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful to someone. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you did like it and you wanted to see more. I don't know if you guys know this, but actually 52% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. That's quite a substantial amount. So yeah, if you do feel that my readings provide quality for you, then I would definitely appreciate a cheeky wee thumbs up, an even cheekier subscribe. Yeah, that would just be absolutely fantastic. My website for personal readings, if you feel that you're needing one, is phoenixkeiatarot.com. Don't forget to join us over on Patreon as well for all of the free bonus content. And my links to absolutely everything that I've mentioned, you're going to find it all in my description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.